Thank you for staying with us. The conversation this morning, has to do with the Osun Guber that is being prepared for by the Osun people in 8 months from now. The Osun people will be going to the polls at a parables to elect, make a decision about who will be their governor. There is an incumbent, Ademola Adeleke, who is seeking re-election, who has found a home in the Accord party. And last week, he emerged as the, sole candidate of that party because he was returned, elected at that primaries unopposed. And of course, that settled. The main opposition party in the state, the APC, had its troubles with the aspirants who were disqualified. The president intervened. All of them appeared to fall in line. And of course, at the weekend, December 13, former commissioner in the state, the man in charge of the inland waterways in Nigeria, Oyebamiji, emerged as the candidate of the APC. So some will say the die is cast, but it's not just about that. The Accord party, over the weekend, there was a rumor, a news around them that maybe there's another factional part of the Accord party who possibly organized another primary and another person emerged from that primary, and we look into that. And by the way, another party has been fingered as being the one, responsible for whatever is happening around the Accord party. We genuinely look into that today, especially how does this better the lot of the Osun people? We have been joined in this room talking about our studios. At this time, we have Mr. Ademola Oyebamiji. Mr. Oyebamiji is an APC member, former SSA to the former state governor, Governor Guber, on matters regarding he joins us live right now. Good morning, Mr. Oyebamiji. Thank you.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
All right. Let's get to the matter. There were troubles before now in your party. 7 of them were disqualified. Some would say disenfranchised, but it seems the president intervened on the matter. And the image you have on the screen has to do with the primary of your party that was held, and it has this man, Oyebamiji, as the candidate of your party right now, but still in that place. When they went to the president, Mr. Oyebamiji, Mr. Oyebamiji, 7 of those that the aspirants that were disqualified were 7, right? 2 former deputy governors and the rest of them, because of time, 6 were at the villa. Oyebamiji wasn't there. But then on a national TV, he spoke about his respect for the president and why he will, be a part of whatever decision has been taken. At the primaries on Saturday, Oyebamiji was absent again. Doesn't that show that really you think all is settled, all is not well with the APC?
Well, thank you for having me once again. In every political contest, the moment you have more than one person showing interest in a particular position, there will be issue, there will be disagreements. And it is not about how you now manage it. That is what will determine how the outcome will be. Like you mentioned earlier, yes, the APC had its issues. Right. We had more than 7. In fact, at the point, we had like 9 aspirants. Yeah. At the end of the day, 2 didn't go forward to purchase the nomination form, what others did. At about the same time, crisis, there will always be such. The president is the leader of the party. Called everybody together. We all agree that, look, we are members of the same political party. We're members of the same family. Our interest is to contest and win the next governorship election. We cannot contest, we cannot do that if we have a divided platform. And we thank God, all the aspirants, every one of them eminently so came together and agreed with Mr. President's view that going forward, that Alhaji Asiwaju Muniri Bola Oyebamiji will be the candidate of the party, a consensus agreement, which is valid, allowed by the Constitution.
Yeah, you didn't answer my question. Yeah, consensus. There was a statement from Kirad to that effect, talking about consensus, but there wasn't any statement from Omishore, even though he said it on the national television. He was absent at the villa. He was absent on Saturday at the primaries. Doesn't this spell trouble? That's my question. Even the leader of the party in the States, Alhaji Oyetola, was there. Everybody was there. Omishore has been conspicuously missing 2 times at this high-stake meeting. Is that not trouble?
Well, I don't think there's so much trouble. There could be many reasons why distinguished Senator Oyetola Omishore, a leader of the APC, that many reasons why he was absent. First, at the first meeting, the president...
With the president?
Yes. Later, the president, if you listen to his interview on another station, he said he later met with the president. And
no picture, no video, no statement?
Well, Senator Omishore said he later met with the president.
What happened on Saturday?
Well, on Saturday...
That's the biggest event for APC.
It was not just Senator Omishore that was absent on that day.
Okay.
It was the most conspicuous person who was absent.
Of course, Senator Omishore is a big player. There could be many reasons. After what happened in Abuja, consultation and discussions are ongoing. A lot of things are ongoing on the ground. And things like, I'm sure that in the next couple of days or weeks, you will see Senator Omishore and Ajibola, you see them together. You see them mounting stage.
So all is good. All is good with Osun APC.
All will be good. All is good with Osun APC. Right. Whatever you see, by the time the campaign starts, you see that everybody will be on board. Right. I can assure you of that.
Right. All right. I'd like to ask you about your congratulations on the smooth primaries.
Thank you very much.
All right. I'd like to ask you your new consensus candidate, Bola Oyebamiji. Yes, he actually brings a blend of financial expertise and public service to the table, yeah? But which of these achievements do you think resonates with Osun voters? He was a former boss of National Inland Waterways, right? He was also a commissioner of finance under 2 administrations of Rauf Aregbesola and Oyetola. But which of these do you think, resonates with the people? The people, the voters in Osun here.
Okay, the candidate of Osun APC in the next election is a level-headed human being.
Okay.
Is somebody who is accessible to everyone. Okay. And he has garnered experience, not just as commissioners in 2 different administrations. Before he came into public service, he had worked at different levels of private organizations in finances. And he was first appointed as the MD of Osun Investment Company, where he turned around the moribund structure into a powerhouse. And he served under Ogbeni Aregbesola as Commissioner for Finance for about 2 years plus, and later served Governor Oyetola as in the same position. This is somebody who is very accessible to people, who is level-headed, who can sit down and listen, who can reason. He has seen both sides. He has managed the state, especially when the state was in deep financial crisis, and was able to help the state to navigate through that stormy water. His calm, his experience, he is very, very accessible, and he knows what to do.
That's all. And that's all.
Yes, he knows what to do.
Yeah. And that's all. That's all.
I can't say that's all. There's so many things. It depends on what angle you want to look at it from. This is somebody who has, one thing you can say is that it's not that he has contested any election in the past. It's not that he has failed in any assignment given to him. So he has his track record. His records.
So he has been working both. All of these things you talked about on appointment.
Yes, he has worked on appointments. Yes, the record is there in the public. It's not that he has contested any election in the past.
Yes.
Somebody was brought in from private sector into public sector, and he has been found worthy to work in public sector for at least 12 years with unblemished record. There's no single scandal about Alhaji Oyebamiji. There's no single scandal.
Yeah. Unblemished records in public service. Now we're talking about an elective post now. You've said it yourself that he has never contested an election. And this is a person who's been thrown into the mix with people who have contested elections in the past and lost, people who have contested and won. Now we have an incumbent in the state. We have the governor of the state now, Governor Adeleke. In what capacity do you think now that, how well do you see him, competing in this mix that he's been thrown into?
Well, Oyebamiji will not only compete, he will compete very well. He will compete very well, and you'll be surprised at what he will do when the campaign kicks off. For everybody who has had experience in contesting an election, whether winning or losing, also started from somewhere. The president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria today, Ajibola, also came from the private sector. He said it in several interviews and some of his books, that his bosses at Mobit thought he was kind of crazy to suggest he was going to resign his position as treasurer to go and contest to be senator. How do you think you are going to cope? You are just a corporate person. Ashwaji did not only cope. In that election in 1991, I think, he scored the highest votes for any senator in Nigeria. After that time, he came back to become the Lagos State, to contest the Lagos State governorship, scored the highest votes. In 2020, after so many years again, he came back to contest the presidency of Nigeria and won. So there's a track record. It depends on the person and the platform.
Now, permit me to come in at this time. What I'm trying to say is, those were days where people woke up with a passion to lead their people. This is a person who was made a consensus candidate. He didn't wake up to say he wanted to be governor. Are we sure that, we have seen the permutations that people stepped down after meeting with the president. That means you should step down for this person. That's the person we want to be governor. So people have stepped down for a person. It's not him who actually wants. He didn't make consolidations himself. This is not a person who say, please, this is a passion. This is what is burning in my heart. This is what I want to do for the people. Please step down for me. Key into my vision. This is a vision of the president or a certain godfather somewhere that was placed on him. So how do you expect him to deliver for the people and not for a party?
I think you are missing it all.
Okay,
let's have it. Just, perhaps put you through
right. Okay.
When you said he didn't step up, how did he even become an aspirant in the first place if he did not step up?
Okay.
He's somebody who traversed every local government of the state, consulting with party leaders and party functionaries, who traverse every ward in the state, meeting leaders, because the first thing you do as somebody who wants to lead is to first get the ticket of your political party. He went everywhere, consulted, was widely accepted. That other aspirants came together, and after meeting, there was a screening committee. The president called everybody. What the president and the screening committee, the information they have, most of us we don't have it.
Why wasn't it made public?
Well, there are some things that will be made public, there are other things that will not be made public. As an organization, your station as an organization, there are things will happen here that you will not make public. It happens everywhere. There's a way you manage your crisis, you manage your information, you manage it well. What you need to do especially is to manage well, resolve your conflicts, and move forward. That's what the APC has done. He has stepped forward. He has stepped forward. He has met every party stakeholder, party members across the state. That other aspirants now came to say, okay, we agreed that he should be the candidate. It does not mean this step. He stepped forward. He has made his position clear to everyone.
That may not be true. Him traversing the length and breadth, meeting party leaders and coming out, as an aspirant, you said, and the other aspirants say, okay, we agree to a consensus. That didn't happen. Really? Except for the instance of Mr. President did. Is that not the truth?
What do we call a political party?
Yeah.
In a political party.
No, you are making it to... We all knew the tension before they went to the villa. Before they went to the villa.
If you don't have internal mechanism to resolve your crisis, what most people were expecting, perhaps what you were expecting, is that because we had 7 or 8 aspirants, understand there was going to be crisis. No.
I'm not stakeholder in your party. It's not my expectation.
Thank you.
It's for the public good.
If you know the history of our party, the tendency, right from the AG, Alliance for Democracy, to Action Congress, to Action Congress of Nigeria, and the APC, has shown over the years that they have the best internal mechanism to resolve this crisis. Most parties that you see there have uncontrollable crises, escalating.
But there was no crisis at the time. There were only contestants. Why didn't you give them a fair play? Why ask them to step down?
In the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria,
okay,
for any party to pick a candidate, there are different ways that you can use. You can't go and say everybody should contest. Consensus is boldly written as one of the ways to achieve this
the
purpose.
constitution of your party.
Of the party, yes.
Right.
Understand? And it's recognized by the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria as well.
Let me come in here.
Consensus building.
I think I will... Another angle to the question Temitope asked is this, to say, you have talked about the achievement. By the way, let's put it straight here. This is not the time for campaigns. The campaigns, you know, is not officially...
So we're not talking about the primaries.
Oh, yes. Primaries, thank you.
Yes.
Now, you have to put that there for the public good and information, right? So, all of these things that you have told us based on appointment, and you said he has delivered, right?
Oh.
So the mandate is being given, or he has been given before in those appointments. Now, that is appointment. We are talking about elected position right now. Him having a mandate given by the people to run with. He hasn't done that before. Now, when we even say the first place that is supposed to show his mettle as an aspirant that has the steel, the gut to rub shoulder with the big boys, that is supposed to show his personality and his courage, they still went for consensus, which is legal by the constitution of your party, is okay. But he couldn't even contest in the confines of your own party. They had to go for a consensus. And this is the man that will be facing an incumbent governor that has been senator, that has been governor, and I still seeking re-election. I'm going somewhere, and I hope you are with me. Now, you've had among the aspirants, and it's entirely the business of the APC, by the way, we had a former governor, Benedict Alabi, 4 years.
Deputy governor.
Deputy governor, thank you. Another deputy governor, Iyolo Mishere, a former national secretary of your party. He has contested to be a senator. He was a senator of the Federal Republic. These are people that have run for elections before, and you chose by consensus to settle for Oyebamiji. Due respect to him. My question is this. Some persons are saying, why is the Osun APC not putting his best foot forward? Why did you settle for Oyebamiji among people that have run for office before? They've won serially.
I don't know if you were actually expecting a different thing to happen in the APC.
I have no opinion here. Let's put it there. I have no opinion.
From your question,
whatever I'm asking you.
From your question.
Hold on, sir.
Hold on, sir. You are disappointed.
No, hold on,
the way
sir.
The crisis.
Hold on,
the way
sir.
we resolved our differences.
It's not our business to be appointed.
We are the mirror of the society. The fourth estate of Iran. Whatever you see me ask you is what the people are asking.
Okay.
And you are here in this capacity, representing the APC in your own personal capacity on this show. And I'm telling you what the people are saying, that there are people with experience. Why didn't you go by that? Why are you not putting your best foot forward? Yours is to explain to the people.
Thank you very much. Osun APC has put its very best foot forward in this election. And you will see that this same person that we are talking about, Ajibola Oyebamiji, will defeat the Guber governor and become the next governor of Osun State. Come August 8, 2026.
That will be the prerogative. That will be the prerogative of the Osun people.
I'm telling you what will happen that day. He will win the election. The Osun people will vote for him based on his program, based on his antecedents, based on our party objective and campaign promises.
Antecedent? What antecedent?
You have all his records.
Yeah.
His records are there.
Appointments.
He's a human. It doesn't matter. Does it, because you are appointed now, does it mean that you cannot contest election and win election? You applied for instance, you applied to work in this organization. Right. Before you work in this organization, you have a profile. Understand? If we were not given an opportunity, some of the things we are doing, you know, some people will say, can you even do it? But when you had the opportunity, you have proved yourself that I'm capable of doing it. Oyebamiji is capable of doing it, and you will see it. Let the campaign start. You
So
said
the Osun people should give him that chance to prove himself.
Yes, it will give him that chance to prove himself.
With the office of a governor.
Yes, he will speak to them. He will speak the language the Osun people understand. They will flow with him. They will vote for Bola Oyebamiji. Bola Oyebamiji will become the next governor of Osun State.
You keep saying that like you have everything worked out.
Oyebamiji will become next. Everything is there to see.
What's that? What's there to see? What's there to see?
Osun people are yearning for a new leadership, a focused leadership, not flippant leadership, a focused leadership, disciplined leadership.
What do you think the Osun people have now?
No, they don't have a disciplined leadership.
Really?
Oh.
You know, if you look at this government, you see anyhowness happening in the states.
How so?
Anyhowness. And I'm saying it with every sense of seriousness, every sense of responsibility. There's governance, there's politics. I'm telling you that what Osun State people have been facing in the last 3 years, they deserve more than this. It is anyhowness. You see a government that is not running as a serious government. See a government that is doing things just because he wants to do it.
Actually, serious government
moving
be
from
running.
one trouble to another. You know, my brother, you said campaign have not started.
Yeah,
if I should start now, I will not say I'm campaigning.
We are talking to the issues on the ground. You just talked about anyhowness.
Yeah, maybe you should ask me a particular question and I will answer you.
You talked about anyhowness in the way the state is being run right now.
Yes.
And you say the government of the day doesn't appear like a serious government.
No,
and I'm asking you, how should a serious government run?
A serious government should be very focused, should be organized. This government, you know, is not
You are not speaking to issues. You are being ambiguous.
That's why I ask if you have a particular thing. I'm making general.
You made the allegation, so prove it. You said they are not serious. Yes. How should they be serious?
Oh, you don't see what is happening in this government.
That's why you are here. Tell us.
No, you should ask a particular question. I will answer you. But I'm telling you, and I wish the representative of this government is here.
Okay.
Understand? Maybe at another date, you could invite me, and the representative of this government. Let us come and debate issues as politicians now.
Okay.
No, let them come and mash out what.
But as far as that primary and Osun Guber is concerned,
yes,
Oyebamiji is your best foot.
Is our best foot forward, and that's what is. Yes, is the best foot.
And you don't think the experience of a natural politician will count at some point that he doesn't have?
What experience is it that he doesn't have again? What experience do you think a politician should have that he doesn't have? He's a politician. He has been in public service.
He has never been elected.
Oh, he's
Papajide Omowura has been elected.
Yes. Are you saying
Benedict Alabi has been elected? Iyolo has been elected.
In the history of Nigeria, I've answered this question in the past.
Yeah.
In the history of Nigeria, you know, how many people have been elected? We've had people who are best administrators who will tell you that, no, I don't want to contest election. But they make things happen. Before Babajide Omowura was elected, he was also coming from private practice. Some people thought, what would Jide Omowura do? But he was elected and he's proved himself that I can do this. The former deputy governor too also was from private sector. Never had any experience in the public sector. He showed himself, was considered, and he became deputy governor and he delivered.
All right.
So I'm telling you that Bola Oyebamiji has what it takes to take Osun to the next level. He's the best best candidate for APC.
Of course,
APC
it's your party.
The best. And I'm telling you, by the time the campaign starts, we will come back and you come and say, oh, you said so.
No, I won't say so. There's no way I would say so. I'm not a member of your party.
No, you don't have to be.
You say so.
I said by the time we start the campaign, after the election, when he becomes a governor, and we meet again, you say, Mr. Olayiwola, you said so on this day, December 15, 2024.
I won't say so. You will still be the one to say so if that happens.
No, you will confirm me. I'm saying it on here.
No, do you know why I came with that question?
Next 1 year, Oyebamiji will have become governor.
That would be the prerogative of the Osun people. Not because you are just saying it alone.
Yes, you will just confirm it on that you said so.
What I'm saying is this. The first opportunity for the man to even rub shoulders in an elective position. That's what Tope was saying. That if they had to contest. They have to still settle for a consensus. That's the issue.
What problem do you have with consensus?
I don't have any issue with it.
So if you don't
the question
were you
is,
expecting an implosion or something?
That would be the making of a party.
Were you expecting an implosion?
Asking that a person goes through the process that he's about to face and the bigger waters now is what we're saying, that if you bypass that process with a consensus, which is not a sin or a crime, we're just saying that that was a place to have given him that feel.
That you mean the party members?
Yeah, the primary.
No, you said people. I'm just correcting you. You know,
with the party mechanism, that was a smaller place to have used as, you know, a state.
The same delegate elected him on Saturday.
Elected?
Yes.
Elected?
Yes, he was elected.
As a consensus candidate?
Yes. You see,
who were his opponents?
You don't have to.
He didn't have opponents.
Look, when the process.
Do you call that an election?
It was an election. A consensus is part of an election. You see, we need to understand what the process is all about.
Okay.
What the law says, you know, what the law permits. You know, in choosing a candidate, you can either choose to have a direct primary, indirect primary, affirmation, or a consensus. Our party, in its wisdom, and I told you, if you check the history of our party, of our political tendency has always favored consensus arrangement, and that is why our party has remained strong over the years. If you just check the history of our political party, right from even before AD, check the Action Group, check the UPN, understand, check the Alliance for Democracy, check the Action Congress of Nigeria and APC. The party has always favored having a consensus, and that is why we have remained intact.
All right. Fair enough. We are due for a break. All right. We are due for a break right now. And, you know, I think maybe I need to reiterate that point to you again, that whatever we ask as a question here is what the people are asking. So
I'm also speaking.
There's nothing personal.
Speaking, you know, no, there's nothing personal. I'm also speaking.
We are not members of your party.
Thank you.
All right. Or any political party as well. We'll take a quick break right now and speak to other issues as well, because when it appears like the APC are good to go, you know, as far as the Guber primaries are concerned, the Accord appeared like that until the weekend happened. We'll look into that at the end of the program, and where, very importantly, the Osun people comes in all of these permutations. Stay with us.